Hey, this is Kevin Kelly, and I just want to address briefly one important reason out of many, actually, of why it's so critical for buyers, the vast majority of them anyway, to work with a realtor, a professional realtor, when buying a home. And there is sometimes a misconception or an idea that floats through people's minds that if they go it alone and go directly to the listing agent, that they're going to get a better deal. Why? Because they think that they're saving the seller that commission that would otherwise get paid to their realtor, and that savings will happily get passed on to them. Unfortunately, this is very naive. These negotiations are very complex, and you have to understand we have a lot more information at our fingertips in terms of the research we can do in terms of comparable sales, not just the price, but other concessions that might have been offered, not just within the neighborhood, but beyond it. We can just do a lot better in terms of analyzing what is a reasonable price, what's a good deal, or how much is too much. There's also other areas of negotiation that you have to really be familiar with, and most people aren't, in terms of all these other potential contingencies: home inspection, financing, appraisal, and others. So negotiating whether to have those contingencies and the timelines that you want, in order to satisfy them, are other critical areas beyond just price, as well as like buyer concessions that you can ask for. So you have to understand there's a lot more that goes into it. The other thing is, in terms of that potential savings, please know that most listing agents in their contracts with the seller have already negotiated that if they sell the property to somebody without a realtor, they get a higher commission rate. Maybe not as much as if there are two agents involved, but that does eat away at some, or sometimes most, of that savings that you thought you were providing the seller. So it becomes a negligible amount. And that potential savings is far more than offset by all of these other issues that I just mentioned. So I highly recommend, don't fall into that trap. You could definitely end up overpaying and putting yourself in legal peril and with much higher risk and liability without a realtor. It's just not worth it. It's a huge investment, massively important, and get a professional to help you through that process. Thanks so much. Have a great day.